Hey, Sarah Michelle here. Let's talk today about creating a tantric space in your bedroom and what that means. So, a tantric space is incorporating the five senses. And this is really important, one, because you'll experience more pleasure, but also because the sensual aspect of life, like literally feeling through the world with your five senses, is feminine. It's a feminine energy. So not only is it a gift to yourself to be in your feminine, if you have a natural feminine essence, it's a gift to the masculine, because men in their masculine don't experience this sort of pleasure often on their own. Most of the time they're experiencing it through women, through their partners. So, creating the space, we're going to incorporate the five senses. First, we're going to start with sight. Make sure the space is cleaned up. Make sure it looks, messing up my senses here. Make sure that it looks beautiful and inviting, right? You can also incorporate look with lingerie. I find that a lot of men don't care for lingerie. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with them, because I love it. So if your man isn't really into lingerie, then maybe that's not the thing you want to do. But if he is, that's another way to incorporate it. Okay, so that's gonna be our sense of sight. Hearing, sense of sound. We're looking at things like maybe music, maybe opening the windows, especially if it's late enough at night that you can kind of hear the crickets or owls, anything like that going on. That would be cool, adding that to the space. And then we've got smell. So candles, of course, are something. Massage oils with essential oils in them. Be careful with the essential oils depending on where you're gonna get that massage oil at. I was gonna say something else there with the scent. Make sure that it's not overpowering and it's something that both of you are gonna enjoy. If you want something to help increase libido, sandalwood. It's my go-to with men. Like, I've never had a man not respond to sandalwood, and they don't even know it. I'm just like running it in the diffuser and they don't even know it. So sandalwood is my go-to if you need something. Men definitely tend to be, if you've been with your partner longer, I'm sure you know him well, but if you happen to be with someone newer and you need some advice, men tend to prefer the more woodsy, grounded, masculine sense. Would it make sense to call them masculine? I don't know. But staying away from like the florals. That doesn't mean if you're really good at mixing your essential oils or something like that, there can't be a hint of floral or anything like that. Make sure that it's pleasurable for you too. This is not just about him, but it is about the two of you. Unless you're practicing solo sex, then you can go and do whatever you need to do with your bad self. Okay, so we've had sight, sound, smell, taste. Okay, so taste. Again, you can incorporate it in tasting the other person, so like whipped cream, chocolate sauces, stuff like that. Of course, watch where that's going, because your vaginal flora can't handle a whole lot of sugar. So if you're gonna let that happen down in that area, definitely make sure that you're cleaning up afterwards. Do not be sleeping with that on or anything like that. I don't even honestly recommend it in the first place, but if you want to, just be conscious of the fact that that might happen. While we're on that subject, you can take apple cider vinegar pills or take a shot of apple cider vinegar as often as your body lets you. They do say daily, and that'll help balance out that vaginal flora so that you don't have any funky smells or taste. However, I find that that's far too acidic for my body, so I do not take it that often. I only take it when I notice something being off balance. So feel into that yourself. Maybe talk to your gynecologist. Figure that out for yourself, but just a little random tip there. So taste could be that way. Taste could also be bringing your favorite drinks to the bedroom. Maybe you're someone who likes a mixed drink or wine. Maybe you're someone who wants tea. That seems a little subdued for the bedroom, but it's possible, you know. You can bring taste in that way. You can bring taste in through food. One of my favorite things to do is I have like little pieces of individually wrapped chocolates in my room to have one of those after climax. I love that. One time I was doing that with a guy and I actually had it in my mouth, and then we were kind of like playfully putting it back and forth to each other. We were sharing it and it was very intimate. It was very fun, very playful. So there's lots of ways to incorporate taste there. We've also got touch. So obviously you're touching, right? If you're having sex with someone else. But you can incorporate this with massage if you want to. Scratching someone's back, like scratching and tickling, not necessarily being too crazy yet because we're setting up the space. Touch can be that way. You can also incorporate touch through different textures. So having silk scarves, having a fuzzy blanket or a furry blanket, even having like hot or cold will be that way. So maybe having ice chips in your mouth if you're gonna go down on him, if that's something he likes. Some men like hot, some men like cold, whatever. You'd have to talk to your partner and figure out what feels good and works for them. Sense of touch can also be, I don't know if you've ever done this, but it's really fun and sensual. Just having the ceiling fan going, or a fan that's coming like up high enough that it can blow onto your body, and just being able to feel that breeze. I mean, it's not the same as being outside, but it's something, right? So that's a possibility too. Let's see what we've done so far. I feel like I still have one more sense to go. We started with sight, right? And then we went to sound, smell, taste, touch. We did all 5. So there you go. There's some tips for bringing the 5 senses into the space and getting it all ready. So that is creating a tantric space for you and your lover.